let's get rolling. Alright, continuing the pacifist run through Hero U Rogue to Redemption here. When last we left our noble hero, he had just actually succeeded in getting all set up to start doing more interesting things besides grinding for stats, although there will still be grinding for stats. And it is already past his bedtime, so again, my favorite way to start a stream here. Just go right to sleep. Huh? What? Did I hear something? Guess it must have been a dream. Snoring noise will not be emulated. What time is it? I've got to race to best breakfast. As I was saying, apparently the school thief continues to plague the school. This morning, Head Turk reiterated his threat to close down the rogue school. What accent am I even giving him? So I'm going to get rid of him. It's distracting me. There. Normally, I would dismiss Head Turk's blusterings as inconsequential. However, I noticed that the globe is missing from this room. There is a thievery problem that must be solved, and it would be best to redeem our blemished reputation if you are the ones to solve it. To that end, I will add a new tool to your repertoire, the trap. There are many ways to entrap your foes. We shall address a few simple traps that can be used to slow down or injure an opponent. Traps are useful in limited situations. If you are in a dangerous situation, setting down a trap in the path of a monster will give you an opportunity to escape or slow down its advance upon you. In the context of the school thief, you will need first to figure out where the thief goes. The trap is a method of detaining the thief while you confront him or her. There are two types of traps now available in the school store. The standard trap does minor damage but detains a person for a few rounds of a combat encounter. Hey Nat. The other trapping device for sale at the store is the GUI. This is a liquid one pours on the ground. It is very sticky and will stop a person for a few moments. However, the GUI only lasts for a few hours before it dries to dust, nor does it work on larger than man-sized opponents. There is another trap that will eventually be added to your repertoire, the Mighty Trap. The Mighty Trap does serious damage to the opponent and contains the opponent for many rounds. I do not recommend that you use this trap unless you are physically threatened by your opponent. It is a weapon, not a mere tool. Do you have any questions, Fräulein McMichael? You saying we set traps around the school to try to catch the thief? Wouldn't that catch anyone who wasn't watching his steps? No, I did not say that. I assumed that you would use common sense and only use a trap if you had a reasonable chance of catching exactly what you intended to trap. Do not place traps in hallways or other places that innocent bystanders are likely to get caught. If you find a remote area where a thief frequents, you can bait the trap with something to attract the thief's eye and thus lead the thief to the trap. Once you have uncovered the thief's identity, speak to me about it and I shall handle the situation. Any other questions? And let's tell about having been woken up in the middle of the night. I have been awakened by noises in the middle of the night coming from the hallway. Then that would be a good starting point from which to catch the thief if you choose to follow up upon it. So we should use the regular trap to catch this thief or minor nuisance, but the mighty trap if we are facing a dangerous monster, is that it, Master? Ja, Herr Sosi, I expect you to use all your tools appropriately. Very well. Find that thief. He has violated precept number 4 of the rogue rules, when he stole our globe. I want him apprehended. Guten Tag. I like how the globe is the thing that he cares about. Very, considerate, civic-minded sort of person. Anything new from Joel? Nope. I'll pay him a compliment. What's a nice kid like you doing in a place like this? Hey, Summer. I am hoping that a nice kid like you will want something that I have. Oh, I do. Start of the day, class. So we heard some strange noises in the middle of the night, but just went back to sleep. And then the master told us how to use traps to catch the thief. So, yeah, I haven't done a huge amount here besides that. Check and see if we have not caught the thief yet. No. Alright, nobody in there. I think I'm just going to go to my afternoon class. Just, business as usual and the thief school. Yeah, catching the thief, that you hear about the thief and you get the quest going, but it's actually several days before you have the opportunity to actually try to catch the thief at all. There are a number of quests in this game that are spread out over multiple days and you deliberately can't do it right away most of the time. This is no different from the others. Although it's the first, so. Let's go to science class! Today, you will all experience the thrill of discovery and the irresistible attraction of covalent bonds as you conduct your very first science experiment. I envy you all. There's nothing quite like the way the blood rushes through your veins when you uncover the principles of titration and precipitation by way of experiential learning. Yeah, I absolutely love pouring stuff onto stuff to make solids out of liquids. It's quite magical. You will be testing and refining the formula for the creation of a substance I call glutinous polycarbonate ephemeral concoction, or GUI for short. This substance, when placed upon the ground, creates a viscous surface that temporarily ensnares anything that comes in contact with it. It can be used to catch vermin, varmints, and religious proselytizers to hold them in place for several minutes. After several hours, the GUI evaporates and leaves only a powdery residue behind. Unfortunately, this will release anything that was unable to free itself, but at least it doesn't stay on the floor. Are there any inquiries or insights you wish to impart before we begin the experimentation? So, do you think scientists can be heroes, sir? Of course scientists can be heroes! Through the judicial application of scientific principles, scientists can permeate the membrane of superstition and free the mind of the student from the bounds of logical fallacies so that it can contemplate rational thought. Scientists can find answers to the problems that besiege the human condition, like, if a man builds a house such that every side faces south and then sees a bear out his window, what color is the bear? Scientists put the helium in hero. Well then, now let us embark upon the sea of experimentation. I like Dr. Von Braun, but he is hurting my throat a little bit. Yes, it's almost that special time of day for friends and food. I'm probably going to not stream for a huge, long period of time today because I am fighting off a cold and my voice probably won't hold out, but we'll see. We'll see how long it works. You know what? Let's read the menu here. Because it actually changes regularly and it's always quite interesting. Today is Albion cuisine. Beef Wellington, Yorkshire pudding, and creamed peas. Should be pretty good. That's actually one of the more boring ones. So the idea is we set a bunch of traps everywhere and try to catch the thief. That won't work. First of all, it only takes a few minutes to get out of a trap, so you would have to make use of the Way of Godot by keeping watch on the trap from a point of concealment. Second, you need to establish the thief's patterns of behavior and place the trap where the thief is likely to go. Then you need to make sure that you catch only the thief and not some innocent bystander. Yeah, it would be fun to catch a Turk in a trap, but it would probably be hell to pay afterwards. Perhaps you could bait a trap with something thief wants, is how my people catch things. What's the thief want? Seems like he's just stealing just about everything. There must be a pattern of things the thief steals. We just need to find it. I want every one of you to clean up and leave this room now! So, going to go do a bit of card practice because every day is better with card practice. What I am going to do very soon in this playthrough is actually make an attempt at going into the dungeon, wine cellar, to, it's a lot harder without doing combat. I did an experimental test run and died in the second room. So I made it to the second room. I need to stop letting my hand show on my face. I don't actually know if it's possible for Sean to do that in this game, but, you know, it's a valuable lesson nevertheless. We haven't got a lot of time to explore the wine cellar in depth this evening, but I want to take a quick trip down there and just kind of get a look at it. We will be adopting the... Oh, you're right, I forgot my apple. Thanks, Nat. Can never, ever go without the apple a day. Something horrible would surely happen. There are actually multiple good reasons to be well stocked on apples. But I want to go down to the wine cellar just to start to look at that exploration, and then in upcoming day off, I think. Actually, I need to double check that because I think it might. Good evening, Master Sean. What can Gregor help you with today? Let's see if there's any conversation. How are things going? Gregor is always happy when Master Sean is here. Master Sean is such a gentleman. Let's check the inventory here. So I made some gooey. I could probably use some more gooey, to be honest. And another thing I need to remember to do. Let's buy some backup gooey. Make sure we've got plenty. A thing that I want to remember to do is I did verify that I need to buy something from Joel, which is to help me get out of combat situations. I think I hear some scurrying sounds running away from the door. Ah, the drats are lively in the wine cellar. How good it would be if someone went in there to catch them all. Sorry, Gregor, not going to be me this playthrough. I made some gooey sounds wrong. It's fine. Before the young master enters into danger, Gregor wishes to make sure that Master Sean is prepared for danger. I do hope that you have some sort of weapon with which to defend yourself. I'm fully prepared for any danger. Please be careful, young master. There are many dangers in there. Oh, and if you see a door marked very dangerous, please do not open that door. Just stay where it is only a little bit dangerous. Why? What's behind that door? Gregor is uncertain how to answer Master Sean. Gregor only knows that something very large and very scary moves beyond that door. Don't worry, I know how to take care of myself. Who knows what evils lurk in the heart of the cellar? The ratty knows. This place smells musty and sharp, like the smell of vinegar. I guess most of the wine here must have spoiled. There are all sorts of creepy scuttling noises that I can barely hear. I hope they're just rats. Alright, so we're going to adopt our useful mantra while we're in here. Oh, hey. Which is, of course, save early and save often. There is a wolf here. Gosh, I wonder what that wolf might be doing here. Nice doggy, Wolfie. It's okay, I'm not gonna hurt you. I came here to get some drats, not some big furry wolf thingy like you. Easy boy, don't bite. I promise I won't bite you. Okay, I'll just leave your drat pile alone. You can go your way and I'll go mine. Are we good? I'll take that as a yes. So what's a nice wolf like you doing in a place like this? Besides the catching drats part. Just doesn't seem right that you're trapped all alone down here in this wine cellar. Wouldn't you rather be outside running around chasing rabbits than catching drats in the dark? Let me take a good look at you. You've got a scarf and a necklace around your neck. You are one stylish wolf. Oh, and you're a girl wolf. My bad. I guess the necklace should have been a clue. Come with me, Wolfie. I'll try to get you out of here. Just follow me. Come on, Wolf. Don't you want to leave here? Okay, I guess not. Would you like a nice juicy drat to eat? Oh, I see. You're probably sick of eating drats by now. Shame I don't have a speak to wolves spell on me right now. What we have here is a failure to communicate. Alright, I'll just leave you to your drats. Happy hunting. So the good thing about... Let's look at this gate here. The good thing about the wolf being here is it means that this room is easier to navigate because she has cleaned out some of the drats. It's a slightly rusted but still solid iron gate, and I can just make out an iron bar on the other side that is sealing this shut. I can't really see much on the other side, but it looks like something is moving in the darkness. The door is barred from the other side. It's not locked, the gate is barred from the other side. So, I can't... Let me double check. I do have oil. Okay. I can't go through that door from this side. What I can do is start to take a look around. Let's see, what do we have here? It looks like a bunch of wine bottles with the corks all gnawed off. Most of these are empty, some of these are broken. I don't think these bottles will ever hold wine again, but they could be useful in a fight. Now, since I'm not going to be fighting, I'm going to cheerfully ignore that. But you can amass a large collection of throwables in here. There's a great deal of stuff we can look at and search through here. Like this drat nest. Look at all these bones. Rodent bones mostly, but not entirely. Of course, the drat that sleeps here wouldn't have killed them all at once. He would have done it in dribs and drats. Really, Sean? Really? Supposedly, pawing through droppings can make you sick, but these are pretty old and dry. I think it would make you retch either way, though. So at this point, I have more or less from memory where most of the good stuff one can steal in here is. Let's take a look at this gate here. Looks like a solid metal gate. I'm beginning to sense a pattern here. It's almost rusted shut and would probably be noisy when I open it. And I can see movement on the other side. Surprise, I see a drat. We'll oil the hinges. Never go anywhere without oil. Let's see if I can oil the hinges and the latch so it won't be so hard to open, and not so noisy when I open it. Listen at the gate, of course. I hear drats, more than one, maybe more than two. I'd better be prepared for a fight. Yeah, we're still not doing that, Sean, so apply our mantra, which is, of course, save early and save often. We will open this gate. Okay, hopefully this won't make too much noise. Onward, ever onward. Wood slats, half-made barrels. This was probably the Cooper's Cooperage. A neighbor down the street made barrels for a living. He significantly improved my vocabulary on the subject. So, zoom out here to see as much as we can to try to avoid running into any drats that There's nothing there. The good thing is that my stealth is good enough, and this actually happens fairly quickly, that it gets good enough that unless you happen to be in front of one... Alright, we're gonna flee and we're gonna load. Because running away, you get injured. Is the good master alright? Fine, I'm fine. I just needed to catch my breath a little. Running away, you get hurt, so let's not do that. But generally speaking, if you can avoid being in front of a drat, you can be fairly close without getting caught. The hard part is predicting where they'll go so you can stay out of their path. Which I have again failed to do. So this is going to be a bit tedious. I'm going to attempt to get through that room. And the only thing we're actually really doing in here anyway is collecting the actually valuable items that we can find. Let's save in here to slightly reduce the amount of yeah, we're going to miss the that. Well, apparently they're running away again. Alright. Load. Yeah. Dodge. 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 And we make it to the one interesting part of the entire room, which is this kiln here. This looks like some sort of oven used to heat glass and make bottles. Judging from the size of it, this thing could have warmed the entire castle. If I bust up some crates, I could probably find enough wood to fuel this kiln. I could get a torch to light it, I could stoke up the heat to melt glass, then I would probably die from smoke because the chimney's blocked with debris. Either that or burn myself on molten glass. It's a good thing I have no reason to do so. Right, I want to stick my hand in an entire nest of drats and spiders. Ew, spiders. Did I tell you I hate spiders? You know, Sean, spiders are nothing to worry about. I mean, depending on the fantasy universe. Little spiders are definitely nothing to worry about. Wait, is that something glowing inside the kiln? It looks like a magical ring of some sort. So does my sense of greed overcome my fear of a painful demise by spider venom? It's like no spiders that can actually kill you by biting you. Like none. Who wants to live forever? Let's see what it is. It's a star ring. What's a ring doing in the oven? Did somebody want to destroy it because it is unspeakably evil? It doesn't look particularly evil. It looks rather pretty. It doesn't look particularly melted either. Either it's tougher than it looks, or it was thrown into the kiln after the fire went out. Well, it's mine now. So we save having actually gotten... Welcome back. You just missed me picking up the shiny ring there. Yeah, I'm going to take a quick look at these bottles. And I guess I'll grab a few. The hard thing about sneaking around drats is that when they decide to do that scurry thing... Whew, I'm out. So, we're making a new save. The other thing I have to watch at this point is the time, because sneaking around Turk is a bit tedious. Let's take a look at this. So, this is me, all statified. Look at that stealth. That is some nice stealth. And so what I'm going to do is just sort of put on this ring here. And we can see it boosts my perception and my smarts, which is nice. There's a drat over there, so we will be a little bit careful. And I'm gonna examine this gate. It's solid, it's metal, it's rusty, and it isn't barred. Seems like a good way to go. I can't really make out the room on the other side, but it looks big. Go ahead and oil, listen. Sounds like drats on the other side. Smells like it too. Okay, let's see what's behind door number 3. Dark, dangerous, and the dank smell of drats and sour wine. This is clearly my kind of place. Items of potential interest here. Let's look at these crates. Nothing particularly interesting here, but I'll read that properly. Boy, I can't picture having to carry these crates, especially when they're full up and down the stairs. They must have broken a lot of backs doing that. Of course, it was all in the service of drinking, so I thank them for it. I bet there's some great stuff in these. Let me check before I figure out a way to open them. There's nothing in these. So much for crate expectations. Wouldn't that blow their stack? Okay. So that's all very interesting. And yikes. Yes, the puns are lousy. Alright. See, this is why you save early and save often. This is taking me, like, so much longer than getting through these rooms would at this point in the game if I weren't carefully not killing things. And also probably if I were okay with just running away more. As I think I mentioned, the difficult part about dodging drats is that they scurry around and it's not always intuitive. This looks familiar. Didn't I see something just like it only a minute ago? Not much to see on the other side. Like everything here, it's a little rusty after all these years. It also seems to be locked. Maybe there's something valuable in there. I can't hear anything moving around on the other side, but for some reason it feels colder over there. Weird. The bars of this gate seem warm enough. Okay, let's see if I've got the elite tool use skills to get this lock open. Yes, practice makes perfect. Sean 1, lock 0. And we got a shiny ring. And combat. That's annoying. I had just gotten it open too. What I will probably do when I want to leave the wine cellar is get into combat and then run away. Damage be damned, because it's going to be a lot faster. Than walking all the way back out. I'm going to save in the next turn so I don't have to keep doing this bit. New save. Take a Look this gate again. Oil. Listen. Take lock. And open. Maybe there'll be something more exciting on the other side of this gate. Brr. This room seems colder than the rest of the wine cellar. Something sent a chill up my spine. I don't see any sign of rats in this room, or anything else that's alive and waiting to eat me. Interesting. So what we got in here? We got some crates. Let's look at some crates. With all the crates and barrels in here, I could open a store. I'd call it Crates and Also Barrels. Nobody better steal my idea. I'll save my knuckles. These old things are empty and flimsy. I don't have a tool to open her up, so for now, I'll have to leave her alone. Thank you, Sean. Just more furniture abandoned as if it couldn't be useful. I mean, some woodworker probably gave his all for that table. I guess a lot of wine got spilled on this table over the years because the top is kind of sticky. Lots of dead flies glued to it. Looks like they used it for a desk. But it's downright desk-usting. We'll do this in proper order. Next time I have to move, I know where to find boxes. The top one doesn't sound quite as empty as some of the other crates. I don't have a crowbar. I didn't think I'd need one down here. I didn't have any prior warning. However, the lid on this top crate is loose. There's something in here. It looks like a leather jacket, and it's still in good condition. I guess it pays to search everything. Well, to be more precise, it pays to search the things that you know have something good in them, but that's one way to stop the presses. The what now? So this one does not have a press screw. Looks like a usable wine press to me, but I've never made wine. I'm just its #1 fan. You know, the vat might have a rat or two in it, but you need at least 9 or 10 to make a reasonably full bottle of vin de Vermeil. Looks like it could be used again with nothing more than good cleaning. Oh, except for this little pouring thing at the bottom. It's sluice. I'm just reading this stuff for the puns. That's all I'm doing. I'm not getting up on that table just to twist that thing. I'd have to be some kind of crank. Looks like it's in perfectly good condition except for the scum. But he's probably upstairs catching students in the hall. That's a good one. You have to stand on the table to turn it, and I don't trust that table to hold my weight. And anyway, I don't want to see what might come out. Fair. Now this is interesting. There's something very odd about this. It's like it's made of brick rather than stone. It might be the entrance to another room that's been blocked off. And it feels colder than the stone around it. That's weird too. It does sound hollow on the other side. Say what? It's a ghost. A ghost cat. So a ghostly cat patrols this area. I guess you are the reason there are no rats around here. What happened to you? Did someone forget to take the cat out when they closed the wine cellar? Guess not. Ew, patting a ghost is like sticking my hand into a pool of cold snot. Ghost kitty, cold kitty, glowing ball of strife. Eerie kitty, dead kitty, cruel after life. I figured you'd approve of that nursery rhyme. So what's a nice kitty like you doing stuck in a place like this? Don't like to talk about it, eh? Take care of yourself now. I'd hate for you to disintegrate, or whatever happens to ghosts when they disappear. I'm sorry, but I really gotta go right now. You really make it hard to say goodbye. We are not going to make it out before curfew, so that'll be fun. But let's touch the only thing that I haven't touched in here before. Odd. I assume that this was taken off of one of the barrels for pressing the grapes, but this seems to be attached to the floor. The handle still turns, and it looks like it screws into the floor. Gosh. It's solidly attached to the floor. I can't budge it. Okay, what happens when I turn this screw? Okay, it clearly did something. But what? Aha! There is a secret door. Okay, this was definitely not opened like this before. Turning the screw must have opened this door. Did you know there was a secret door here? Why didn't you say something? Alright, maybe you did. So let's go see what's on the other side. Okay, nothing has attacked me from behind the opening. That's a good start. I guess it's safe to check it out. I hope it's safe to check it out. Okay, this is ominous. A skeleton sitting on the ground next to a small pile of bones is eerie to begin with. But when there's writing on the wall in what looks like blood, I really get creeped out. Come on, let's just search the place. It's perfectly normal. Too bad there was nothing about these barrels that could have helped the poor man escape. All he could do was drink and wait to die. But come to think of it, isn't that what we're all doing? I'm sure there's nothing left in these, but I'll try them. Yep, they've been drunk dry. Maybe since before I was born. Someone or something managed to bend these bars. Whatever it is, I don't want to be here when they make a return visit. It's very dark in there. I can't see for more than a couple of feet. I could be bitten or grabbed. I could even imagine something pulling me in so hard that they pull my arm off or crush my shoulders and actually suck me in there. Plus, I left my death wish in my other pants. See, I would have just swept everything into that grate over there, out of sight, out of mind. I'll kick it around a little. There are a lot of drat bones, broken bottles, and construction material. No drat nest, though. What's that near the grate? It looks like a strap of leather. It's a belt some drat tried to drag it away with. It's got a nifty buckle on it. It probably belonged to poor Mr. Bones over there, but he doesn't really need it, seeing as he doesn't have any pants to hold up. So it's all mine now. Look at this writing. The writing looks like it was written with wine and maybe blood. It says Aquino. So, is Aquino the name of the person who wrote the message, or the one who did this to the writer? The writer seems really, really angry. I'd be angry too if I was walled up in here in this room to die. Ew. The words are icy cold and still wet, like they never dried. Worse, there's an overwhelming smell of blood and decay right now. Creepy. These bodies have been here a long time. There's nothing much left to them but bones. It sort of looks like someone passed out after too much drinking. And the smaller skeleton looks like it could have been a cat. So how did they wind up trapped in the sealed room with some name scrawled in blood and wine on the wall? Huh, it got really cold here all of a sudden. Like I was walking on a grave. Which I guess is what I'm doing here right now. Ah, these are just the thing to add to my collection. Which is exactly the sort of statement a person going to Villain University would say. Me, I've already collected the whole set. Okay, so I don't really collect bones. Aeolus would have a fit if I put them in our room, but then again, he'd probably never notice them in all the clutter. But I can take a closer look at them to see what happened to this poor guy. Yikes! Whoa. I really wish I could speak Ghost. I'm sure you're trying to tell me something. New quest. Alright, that's all for this room. It's cold in here. It makes me feel sad and lost. Guess that's why there aren't any drats around. This room makes them cry. It's hard to be a rough, tough, dire rat when you're bawling your eyes out. It's, you know, it's really true. By the way, while we're in here, put the star ring on, put my cat burglar belt on, which boosts defense and stealth. The ring boosts perception and smarts, as we already established. And since I'm in trouble if Turk catches me anyway, let's just put on this leather jacket. Which boosts defense and charm. Because as we know, there's nothing more charming than a person in a leather jacket, am I right? And it's now after 10, so let's attempt to sneak out. Drat dodging for fun and profit. Or not profit, it's actually much more profitable to kill them, but a room full of nope is a very good way of putting it, yes. They should have a set of these stairs in the practice room. I'm getting enough exercise on them. Welcome! You made it back! How wonderful! Did you bring Gregor any drats? Sorry, Gregor. Now we get to go practice my other favorite sport, Turk dodging. All this stair climbing is becoming unstairable. So, time for a new save. I'm sure Esme's keeping him well supplied. We know sneaking past Turk here is kind of tricky. So, let's do it this way. Let's see if I can hear anything now. Someone's coming. I better get out of here. That would be Turk, who I know is here. Let's hide out in here for a little while. I haven't really explored a thing that I should do. There are some carved knight designs flanking the fireplace that are just decoration, but the mantle's interesting. The mantle carving says, Per lucem tenebras frangimus. I have no idea what this means, but it was clearly carved here a long time ago. Let's get some charcoal. I'll try to get some charcoal without burning myself. Ouch! At least I got some charcoal. And increase my agility and luck. Now that I put some charcoal in my jar, it's only about a third full right now. Now my jar has more charcoal, but I can put a lot more in it. There, now I have a full jar of charcoal. And that was, if we, I've got the How to Talk to Ghosts quest. I still got Learn to Pick Locks, but I did have homework for science class to collect some charcoal, so I've done that. If I keep having Learn to Pick Locks indefinitely, let's look at the statue. The inscription reads, Voodoo, the Black Lab, most loyal and devoted friend and hero, alerted the castle to approaching attack by unholy creatures. No hero could be more beloved. A wonderful story and probably a marvelous dog. Whoever said that animals don't have souls should be flayed to death. Wow, Sean. Should I steal it? No, bad Sean! Bad Sean! It's a very intricate relief of a shield flanked by two knights. The words, Keep Life True, are etched into the shield. It's made of stone, but there's something odd about it. The shield and letters weren't carved from the same rock. Each of the letters look like they were carved separately. Huh, that's interesting. Could there be a secret here? Well, obviously there's a secret here. Could there be a clue to what looks like some kind of puzzle? I'm sure I've got the smarts to work this one out. Gosh, what's it say on the mantle here? Someone carved the words Per lucem tenebras frangimus into the marble of this fireplace mantle. It looks really old. Probably when they first built this place. Let's see if I can figure out how to do this. So, per lucem tenebris. Whoa, a secret passage. Oh, this place sends shivers up my back. It's cold, it's creepy, and I can barely see my hand in front of my face. I can't begin to tell if the thief came through here or not. That's interesting, Sean. Why would you say that? It looks like some sort of shield stuck on the wall, but I can't quite make it out. I can't see how to move this thing. I know it's a statue, I just can't see it very clearly in this light, etc. I could interact with any number of things. Oh, thanks, Nat. Four legs and a flat surface. I'd say it's a desk or a table. But what do I know? I'm no furniture expert. There's a wad of chicle stuck to the underside. Yuck. That's pretty disgusting. When did that start happening? That's so odd. It looks like a candle, but I've never seen one with a solid blue flame, and the blue flame isn't giving off any heat. This is just what I need to see what this room really looks like. Even better, there's a lantern to hold it. It's a little creepy to see that book sitting there open, as if somebody was just here a moment ago reading it. The pages are yellowed, it's covered with dust, and the ink is faded. It's hard to read, but it looks like a list of names. The top of the page says, Knights Luminar. I can just barely make out the names. Sir Hans, Sir James, Mortwai, Aquino, and Viliana at the top of the page. The rest are too obscured to see. Aquino. There's something familiar about that name. If I picked the book up, it would probably fall apart from age. There's no practical use for a rotting old book, and certainly no resale value. Alright, well, let's go back and look at some of the stuff here. The statue looks ancient, and the inscription on the bottom is worn almost smooth. I think I can make out the word Sir Hans. I don't know, it looks so old, I'm afraid I might break off an arm or two. A statue without arms would lose all its value forever. Yes, totally, that's totally what happens to such statues. I knew a man who tried to steal a statue once. After that, whenever he coughed, parts of his groin would bulge out in a very alarming way. This is why I'm disinclined to give it a try. The plaque says that this is Sir Sheraton Burgundy and Chianti. I assume that Sir Burgundy's the one wearing the hat. Looks like some wealthy guy holding his cat. Is he winking at me or just falling asleep? It's hard to tell. Nothing but cobwebs and dust. I'm pretty sure I don't need to own a painting of some strange old guy, and I don't know anyone who would buy it from me. So I guess I'll have to resist the temptation to steal this treasure. Cripes, he looked better in the dark. I don't know who this is, and the inscription at the bottom looks like it was chipped away. But if there's one thing I've learned in life, it's that sorcerers with tentacles are almost never the good guys. Almost never, you know. Hey guy, let's just leave each other alone, alright? Maybe forever? Okay, it's a deal. This is just, some wizard casting a spell. The plaque says, Ian Iceshaper, hero of Eisenberg. Through his mastery of frost magic, Ian stopped the invasion of Jotnar from devastating Germania. And let's that hardly deserves to be called a bookshelf anymore. Mostly I see a lot of firewood. Let's see, there are a couple of books. The Primo Strategy Guide to Mumbletee-Peg and Declutter Your Kitchen One Firkin at a Time. I can see why nobody's missed these. There's a couple of small lock boxes here, but there's nothing in them but dead bugs. Lots and lots of dried, shriveled, dead bugs. Maybe there was something tasty in these boxes at one time. Most of it looks like junk. Candle holders, an old pestle, a death mask. Some of these are so dusty I can't tell what they are. Oh, there's a really old book left here, The Way of the Paladin. Looks like this Paladin book lost its way. The only thing that might be useful here is the Paladin book. Let's look at the shield. It's an old shield with crossed rusty swords behind it. Odd, it doesn't look nearly as dusty and grimy as the rest of this place. Someone's handled this recently. The shield is firmly attached to the wall, but it does pivot. Hey, there's a keyhole underneath the shield. Well, I'll just have to unlock it, won't I? Hidden keyhole, mute my lockpicks. Got it. Easy does it? Yes! Whoa, concealed passageway and a set of wide stairs. There's a cold breeze and the smell of the sea coming up the stairs. Let's see where this goes. Wow, you can really smell the briny, dead fish smell of the sea coming up the stairs here. It must lead down to the sea caves. I'll have to go get something I can use to mark my trail before I go down there. So, that would be the chalk that I was too cheap to buy. I'll come back to that one later. It is midnight, which means I'm really out of time to explore here, so let's just go to the end of the passage. There's something odd about the section of the wall. I can see the vague outline of the shape of a door here, and light seeping between the door and the floor. And there's a latch on this side, barring the door. So what happens when I open the latch and push on the door area? So this is where that secret passageway leads. That's handy, isn't it? Alright, we're going to be sleepy tomorrow, but... Is that the sound of someone running down the hallway? Whatever, I'm going back to sleep. So this is now the second night that we've heard the thief running around and not done anything about it because the game doesn't even let us do anything about it. So, don't tell me it's time to get up. Herr O'Connor, I suggest that you get your sleep at night, rather than in my classroom. As I was saying, thus far the thief continues to scavenge the school and none of you have uncovered the culprit. If this continues, the headmaster will take Herr Turk's accusations against the rogue class seriously. You must uncover the thief before you are all expelled. I admit that it is not an easy task. Clearly the perpetrator knows this castle well. He has gotten into locked rooms with the ease of an experienced rogue. How do you know the thief isn't one of us? I have observed the skill with which you open the simplest of locks, Fräulein Michael. I can reassure you that you are not a suspect in this matter. That's some shade there. While several of you have the skill to open locks with ease, you also display more subtlety and cleverness than the thief. Why would anyone steal Professor Featherstone Hall's tea set? It's not magical in and of itself. Besides, the teapot is chipped and of dubious resale value. The thief has stolen few things of great value and many things of little or no value. Unless one of you intended to destroy the school for rogues, you have no motivation for the thefts. In addition, the thief seems to have knowledge of the secret ways and hidden passages of this castle. Therefore, I believe it is time for a lesson in Die Versteckten Sehen, or in the vernacular, Spot Hidden. This castle has many concealed doors and secret passageways. It takes skill to detect secret doors. You have to look for places that do not quite make sense. Why is there no picture on the given wall? Why is there a trail in the dust leading up to a curtain? Spot Hidden takes keen perception skills as well as the intelligence of knowing where to look. Your assignment this day is to use your skills of observation and perception to uncover the thief. Any further questions? So, what are we supposed to look for to find hidden doors? Observe the pattern of cracks in a wall. Feel whether there is a breeze moving through a room with only one main door and no windows. Listen for sounds. Concealed doors are thinner than walls. Spot Hidden is not limited to just using your eyes to see what is obvious. It is using your mind to discern what is incongruous or unlikely and discovering what someone else concealed. Very well, I suggest you spend your spare time uncovering the secrets of this school. More critically, I suggest you discover the thief at this school. Dismissed. Anything interesting from our buddy Joel here? Nope. Let's say something nice. When you aren't hanging around Sosie, you are a much nicer person. I don't know if that's a compliment. Cesare likes to be in charge, so I tend to follow his lead. You should get away from Sosie more often then. So, gonna do some shopping here. Because what will make it somewhat more pleasant is if I can get my hands on a little bit of this flash powder stuff. I'm going to stop with just the one because I'm cheap. And I've tried sliding up the banister, but it never seems to work. Saved before sneaking past Turk today because I am not wearing the school uniform. Why am I not wearing the school uniform? Living on the edge, taking chances. Why am I sneaking extra carefully and saving beforehand? There's a difference between living on the edge and actually getting 20 demerits. I don't like getting 20 demerits. It's demoralizing. When you throw an object into the air, it generally comes back down, unless, of course, you are throwing a bird or a levitation device. The study of objects in motion and objects not in motion is what we call physics. Physics involves matter, motion, energy, and time. You apply the principles of physics whenever you throw an object at something. Physics allows you to predict where and when the object will land. Are there any questions before we get started? What do you like best about being a scientist? Is the pay good? Scientific study is the most exciting profession one can pursue. All the wonders of the universe can be described and understood through the lens of science. The best part of being a scientist is when you observe behavior, make a prediction on what effect something will have upon it, test the hypothesis, and conclude that you were correct. For example, yes, artichokes really do taste good on pizza. This is the zenith of being a scientist. As for the pay, well, if you want a practical career and with a steady income, you're better off as a CPA. Before we get started with our lesson, you will find a jar of sulfur in front of you. You will be using it in today's demonstration. Sulfur is a chemical which consists of yellow microcrystals. It is commonly found in volcanic regions like Sardonia. It has the distinctive odor of decaying chicken eggs. Does that mean you can tell sulfur by distinct? I would like you to gather any sulfur you happen to come across in your wanderings on this island. We will be using sulfur as a key chemical in several of our upcoming experiments, so you'll need to restock. Now then, physics is the science of the nature of matter. Just, go around collecting any random sulfur you happen to find. A vital part of being a scientist. I'm fine. I'm completely fine. Now there was something I wanted to do while I have the chance. What is it? See, I didn't mention it, now I've forgotten. Ah. I think it just is the day's practice. Doesn't sound like anything's going on in the rec room right now. Now, I actually have Hollywood mysterious disease where you cough a little bit and then you die. If I play my cards right, I bet I can raise my game. If I can move without cheating, so much the better. Yes, Sean, it's usually considered better to not have to cheat. You're a more skilled player if you can win without cheating. anything right now. Nah, I remember what I have to do, and it has to be done after dinner, so. Because I have to talk. It's awful loud in there. Sounds like dinner's already started. Excuse me. Seems quiet in there. I guess it isn't mealtime. Let's go get our apple. An apple a day keeps the munchies away. It generally takes more than an apple a day to keep the munchies away, but it's a good start. Ik abo, Mr. Sean Sean. Hi. There's something about you that says that the Duppies, they be wanting to talk to you. What's a Duppy? Duppies are the spirits of the dead, the ones in the castle. They are not dangerous. They just have something that troubles their souls so that they cannot find peace. But some Duppies, they are so full of spite and ill will that they want to destroy the living. You best stay far away from the bad Duppies. It takes much magic to deal with the bad Duppies. What kind of magic is used against Duppies? My people, they mostly set up protections to keep the bad Duppies at bay. They find ways to appease the bad Duppies and send them back to the Greylands. Here, though, the wizards make magical runes. They have runes that Duppies cannot cross. They have runes that stop a Duppy's magic. They have runes that tear apart a Duppy's spirit. If you want to know how to use wizard magic, you need to take a wizard class. If you just want a few protective runes, you should be speaking with Mr. Gregor at the store. Why are some Duppies bad? Why are some people bad? People who are bad when living will be even worse when dying. All their anger, their envy, their jealousy, it festers their soul. What little good they once had in life is lost. Why would a dog become a ghost? With cats, when they die, most are so full of curiosity that they go to the Greyland to see what they can see. Now some dogs, they are so full of loyalty, they rather stay and protect the ones they love. The dog Duppies are here all the time, you just can't always see them. They scare the bad Duppies away. How can I speak with ghosts? Ah, anybody can be speaking with ghosts. The listening part, that be harder. To most people, the voice of a Duppy is like the wind wailing in a storm. To understand what the Duppies say, you will need a magical charm or a magical spell. I can make you a Grigri Duppy charm, if you truly want to be speaking with them. This you must first know. To speak with the dead, you must touch the dead. Every touch you make, some of your life force be drawn away. Too much talking, and you will be entering the Greylands too. What's your favorite type of music? Dubstep? So answer me this, Mr. Sean O'Connor. Do you truly wish to speak with the dead? Yes, I'd like to be able to speak with the dead. Oda. A speak with the dead Grigri would be dangerous to make and dangerous to use. To make a speak with the dead Grigri, you need to first gather 3 things. The first is hair from a dead man's head. The second is the deadly mushroom that grows only on a murdered man's gravesite, the death's head. The third thing is the dust of a ghost. This must be caught in this special vial. Take it and use it well. Bring these 3 things to me and I shall make you a Grigri that will let you understand what the Duppies be wanting to say to you. You have chosen a very interesting path to follow. May it lead you to something worth finding. How are things going for you today? Things go well, as usual. I say, Master Shan-chan, thank you. I'll say bye. I'll be seeing you later. Mari Laipe, Mr. Shan-chan. Bye-bye! So that was important, because there's actually quite a lot of ghost interactions in this game. Alright, let's go listen at some doors. Just in case anything interesting's happening. Don't hear anyone in there right now. Don't hear anything there. And so we will go back to sneaking around. Can you get dust from the dog? I don't actually know for sure. The times that I've played through before, in both cases, it just happened that the next ghost that I encountered, I gathered dust from, but it was... I'd already done the dog story at that point. It is evening and the lonely hours have ended now that Master Sean is here. Aw, hi Gregor, I like you too. How are things going? Gregor is always happy when Master Sean is here. Master Sean is such a gentleman. He's seeing you. Take care, young master. Why is there a wolf in the wine cellar? Gregor does not understand, Master Sean. The wine cellar has rats. The wine cellar has poachers. The wine cellar has spiders and bugs and other unpleasant, creepy crawlies. The wine cellar has no wolves. But I saw... I definitely saw a wolf. Granted, she was kind of odd, but... I adore Gregor. I do. Good hunting. Thanks, Gregor. I'm going to go on not bringing you food. I feel so mean not killing drats. That's messed up, isn't it? I feel mean not killing them because poor Gregor doesn't get to eat them. Alright. We being... as careful as we can be to avoid getting caught by drats, which is not working very well because they are migrating this direction. Alright, let's go upstairs and come back down. Ah, you made it! I hope your hunt was successful. Well, not really, Gregor, sorry. That was some bad drat placement. Ugh, the wonderful aroma of stale wine and drat droppings wafts through this wine cellar. There've got to be better ways to make money than killing drats. Just think, I could be cleaning up the kitchen instead of tromping through drat debris. Eh. Alright, let's hope that the drat placement is better this time. Let me save. Dodge, we dodge. See, get caught. Run away! Yeah, the wolf's only here sometimes. Ordinarily the wolf's not there on the first time through, but it took me long enough to get down there, I guess, that she decided to start. Gate. Fortunately, you only have to oil them the first time. Never hurts to listen, though. Alright, we made it through one whole room, so let's save. Yeah, this bit's Actually, I think the wine cellar is probably the worst segment of the game to be doing it on a pacifist run, because there are other monsters that are hard to dodge, but drats are exceptional in how incredibly quickly they can turn around and charge at you. There are a lot of annoying monsters later on, but having dodged quite a few of them, just sort of as a matter of course. I would like the drats to not all cluster in that corner of the room, but of course they are. That's where the door is. It's where the only interesting thing to loot in here really is. So, you know, it figures. Run. I mean, drats are kind of a remarkable... That was worse. The wine cellar was also one of the first sections of the game that was available to test. So I have dealt with a lot of drats. Combat used to be significantly harder. Not that you guys are getting to see how hard combat is now. Didn't have to go around those barrels. I might have made it that time. As it is, we run. Yeah, most of the sneaking around in this game is not quite as tedious as this. There's a lot of sneaking around. The thing about the drats spotting you is, if you're behind one, it won't. The trouble is that they walk forward like that, and sometimes they turn around and then walk forward very quickly, and so predicting their path is difficult. Like there, I misjudged that one. I'm going to keep doing this until I get too frustrated with it, and then we'll try again another day, I guess. But I would like to get a little bit further in the wine cellar. No, I'm not actually interested in that table. Okay, yet another stack of formerly good wine all gone to waste. On the other hand, there's one with an intact cork that looks like it still has some good wine in it. This looks like an excellent vintage. It has the chance to age gracefully. If we drink it here, it's a little bit funny because we get roaring drunk and Moira lectures us, but let's just take it with us. I'm sure that I can find a better use for this lovely wine than letting it turn to vinegar. And, well, okay, so I should have saved there, but I also was... So we're going to try to do that again. And be a little faster on the save. if I get to that point again. The same strategy doesn't work twice because the paths are randomized to some degree, which also makes them much tougher to dodge because it's not like you can go, oh, they're patrolling this way. Come on, I don't want... Taking the wine here. Wait. Saving a new save in case we promptly get hit, because the only thing worse than forgetting to save is overwriting your last save in a spot where you then get killed. Great. Not getting caught. Damn it. Getting caught. Can I say I love and appreciate Gregor? Damn it! Nearly. Running. Yeah, so the stealth parts of this game also, there's a mixture of, I mean, we saw it with Turk as well, there's a mixture of the actual skill. Alright, made it to the gate. Gate, check. Metal, check. Rust, check. Shut, check. Yep, this checks out like most of the gates in this place. So we oil it, we listen at it. There might be something moving around on the other side. Then again, I won't know for sure until I go in there. That's helpful. So what's hiding on the other side of this door? Hooray! Time for a new save. And getting caught. Because I just went for it. Getting through the wine cellar is very different when you're actually fighting the things. Come on, Drat. See, you just turned around on me there. Okay, now I also got sloppy, but I'm blaming the Drat. And I want to look at this table. They must have done their work here, pouring the wine back and forth, and sampling it liberally, I'm sure. I know I would have. It's got to be one of the perks. What's this on the table? Oh, a piece of chalk to mark the barrels. I can see faint chalk markings on the side with dates. I might as well take the chalk. I don't think anyone will be using it here anytime soon. Yeah, I did also manage to strain my back today. It's getting better. This way, if I ever need to mark the date on barrels, I'll have just the thing. All empty. Alright. Guess what we're doing now? We're saving. Because I successfully got the chalk. Now this is a bit different. This gate is made of rusted wrought iron and looks as heavy and solid as all the other gates in this wine cellar. Huh, it's locked. I'm not sure, but I may be hearing loud scritching noises in there. It's always a good idea to make sure the gate that leads to a dangerous place will open smoothly when you need to run through it. There, a slick gate is a quiet gate. Got it! This door opens smoothly and more quietly now. Which means it's time for another new save. this room has an unfortunately high number of drafts in it. What if you need the one all the way in the back on the floor? You're screwed. Ha! I caught them by surprise. Maybe some of them will keel over from the shock. Not much demand for rat houses, even if they do have nice high ceilings. So, I believe... I bet there's something growing in there. Charming Sean. I'm guessing there are at least 3 or 4 things in there capable of suddenly shortening my life. You're cheerful and optimistic, aren't you, Sean? So I think there's something... This is actually a room where I don't remember if there's anything interesting in it. So what I'm going to do is attempt to go on. This gate looks much like all the other ones. They must come from the same rusty old gate factory. The hinges on this gate are really rusty. If I try to open it like this, it'll wake up every monster and drunk in the wine cellar. Interesting, the gate is locked, and the lock looks different from the other ones I've seen down here. Let's listen. Okay, I might be hearing something with claws moving around in the next room. Maybe more than one. I'd better be careful. Oiling this gate might make it easier to sneak into the next room. My goal here is to go as far as I possibly can in the wine cellar portion, mostly because it'll get easier to navigate if I do that. Let's see if I can get through this door. Got it! An oily door is a quiet door. Words to live by, words to live by. Alright. New save. And look at that. That is no drat. That is approach. What's approach? I hear you ask. Why, it's one of those things. Let's see if any of these are worth stealing. None of them are. Let's see if there's anything interesting in these crates here. These crates look perfectly good, but I guess the school doesn't have any use for them anymore. Hey, what's that behind the stack? There's a small oil can someone dropped here. So you could theoretically make it all the way through here, fighting everything because you can't sneak past anything without oil, and get your oil this way. But it's not worth it. Yeah, the approaches are actually kind of cute. They're not fun to fight. Good thing I brought my own oil can. This wouldn't have helped with all those rusty gates. Let's see if there's anything even inside these. I'll shake one. Oh, that's not a good sign. Someone's been handling these too roughly. There's nothing but broken glass in them. Let's take a look at this door. Someone has scrawled "Very dangerous, please do not enter" in chalk on the lower half of the door. So far, the entrances in the wine cellar have open iron gates rather than solid wooden doors. Wonder why this one is different. And why did someone in very neat handwriting put the message, "Very dangerous, please do not enter," so low to the ground? Must have been written in shorthand. It's a very solid door with rusty hinges, and it is locked. No kicking this one in. As if kicking any door down is a good idea, particularly one with a danger sign. The door is locked. Let's oil the hinges. Just oil the hinges to work off some of the rust. That should do it, but do I feel lucky? Let's try to pick this lock. I don't actually know if we can yet. Got it. That's it. Now all I have to do is face an unknown and very scary, dangerous thing. Oh, right. Is that what I signed up for? Listen to Gregor and stay away. But if I do that, then where's the adventure? Okay, here I go into danger. Really scary, unknown danger. With big teeth. So remind me again, why am I doing this? I guess I'd spend the rest of my life wondering about it and feeling like a coward for not finding out. Never let it be said that I'm a coward. Foolish, maybe, but a coward? Nah. Wait a second. Okay, I'm going to make a new save because we did something dangerous. But what task is... Opening that door finally proved that I know how to pick locks. Did it? No, it didn't. It was just a look behind the dangerous door, and I haven't even seen what it is yet. So this, I may not be ready for this yet, but there's only one way to find out. Oh wow, that's one big bug. Let's attempt to sneak past it. Maybe I can just sneak past. Hey, I've got this far and it hasn't noticed me. Maybe I can blindside his ugly bugly. I do have some flash powder. Hey, big bug, I'm over here. Take a look at this. Alright, I've blinded it. Now what? There's some sort of jewelry on this guy. I'm just not nimble enough to slip the jewelry off quickly. This thing is stuck. I can't cut the necklace loose. The bug's about to see again. I'm just not nimble enough to slip it off quickly. Keep trying and hope for success. And be prepared to flee. This is exciting, isn't it? We'll get to find out either what the agility cutoff for this quest is, or possibly that I just need to come back later. I believe in you, Sean. I'm still not nimble enough. Worst case scenario. We load the game and then we sneak away. Come on, agility. Go up. My agility is as stuck as the necklace is. And I still can't cut it off either. Alright, this is getting nowhere fast, so what I'm going to do is load that game. And I will avoid going to the place that triggers that. I don't think there's anything else of value in here. Nah, the bug's off in a corner. So I'm thinking that somewhere in here there's something of value. Let's take a quick look. No useful bottles there. I was briefly tempted to say, see, it's so much easier to sneak past approaches, and then I thought, if I say that, I can guarantee. Okay, yet another gate with a slightly rusted hinges. This one has a bar across it, sealing it off from the other side. From what I can see, there's a corridor on the other side. I really can't make out any noise on the other side. Maybe it's an empty room. Oil it. Okay, little oil on the hinges and the bar should make this easier to open, and much quieter. I'll have to release the bar across it before I can open this gate. There, now I can go through it. Ta-da! So, next time I go to try to steal that necklace from the giant approach, I won't have to go nearly as far. Isn't that nice? I'm going back up to the store. Too much dark down here, not enough wine. Welcome back, Master Sean. And I am just about to be too late for curfew. If I ever open a school store, I'm putting it on the first floor. Alright. We save. Time for a spot of Turk dodging. Now that we know about the secret passage. Turk dodging to get back is slightly easier. So let's finish exploring this passage. There's something weird about that wall. I'm clearly getting better at this whole spot secrets sort of thing. According to the plaque, this is Jameis and his horse Wim. If I'm reading this correctly, Jameis was the founder of the Knights Luminar. So much of the plaque is worn away, I can't read anything else. That's the statue of Jameis on horseback. If I hadn't seen it in the light, though, I wouldn't have any idea what it is. There's no plaque, nothing to identify it. Compared to most of the artwork in this place, it seems crudely done. So why isn't there a lot of dust on this bust like everywhere else? Looks like something has wiped the head clear. It also looks as if the head isn't completely attached to the rest of the statue. It might be two separate sections. It's marble, and I think it must be attached to the pedestal because it doesn't seem to want to budge. However, the head wiggled a little bit when I tried to move it. Let's see if this head comes off the body. No, but it does seem to rotate a little. Okay, that was creepy. Turning the head must have triggered something nearby. What's this? Ah, the secret door is now opened. Okay, there's a set of stairs going downward. Let's see where they go. Dark and spooky, cold and clammy. These are a few of my least favorite things. Oh, I should have been singing that. Whoa, I went from one creepy corridor to another. Somehow, this place seems colder and more dangerous than that dark passage above. What's dangerous? Locked. This is a really sturdy, solid double door. Makes me wonder what's on the other side. There's a small bar sealing the two doors and an old lock. This must have been part of the original castle. The bar looks like a recent addition. It's metal and unrusted. There are marks on the door that look like runes. Door is sincerely locked. Let's see. First I'll unbar the door, then I'll unlock it. Got it. Darn, it looks like it's barred on the other side as well as this side. I'm not getting through this way. I can't hear anything. The door might be too thick, or it's as silent as death on the other side. That's a scary thought. A lion's head on a crest of valor. Why isn't there a hero's crest? Or a crest for glory? I might, but I'm afraid it bites. The sign here is unreadable. That's pretty sad. Whoever's interred inside was counting on a little piece of eternity, and now you can't even read who it was. Looks like there are some bones and armor in the crypt, and is that some sort of jewelry? It's hard to tell in the darkness. The lock itself looks simple. The rest is sure to complicate things, though. You know, looking at these parts, I bet some oil would help. I'm going to save, and I'm going to show why on a pacifist run you don't open this door. I'll just work this oil into the lock to remove some of the rust. Darn, no good. Still locked. Okay. So, can't even open it. So no worries there. But there is a monster that comes out and attacks you, and yeah, you don't want to do it. So, I wonder if the artist who painted this sketched it out first, or if he just winged it. Of course, maybe that's a sore point with him. But whoever he was, he sure had a lot of talent. It might be serving some purpose here that I don't understand, so I'll just leave it. Even though I remember my mom telling me, don't leave the crest, it's the best part. Of course, technically, this isn't a crest. It might be a coat of arms or just a pretty painted symbol. This crypt belonged to someone named Patrick Bratana. There's a plaque here. It says, "Dearest Emily, wan and pale, if I could only pierce the veil of mortal death to show my love, then by the depths or heavens above, I would say in poem or in prose, or by the gift of one red rose, that though the grave must make us part, you'll always be inside my heart." It's beautiful and sad at the same time. It seems to be solidly locked. Whoa! So, how are things going with you, Mr. Ghost? Sort of thought you'd say that. Shame I can't understand you. Ghost dust. I need some of that so I can talk to ghosts. Maybe this ghost is dusty enough. Yikes, it's burning cold. 1, 2, 3. That better do it because it feels like my hand is frozen off. Got ghost dust. Well, not a snake. No. Honor. It's a dragon. Whoever commissioned this must have said to the artist, "We need a dragon honor about this." Or was that the other way around? It's probably here to inspire hordes of onlookers. Who am I to deprive them of that? This looks like a small burial chamber, but I don't see anything in it. The plaque says, "Sir Sheraton Burgundy, missing but not forgotten. May you rest in peace wherever you now lie." I guess they never found the guy. Who knows what happened to him? There's nothing inside. It's an empty tomb with no one home. It's a metal ladder, damp, slick, and rusty, but it seems sturdy enough. Looks like there's some sort of wooden trapdoor up at the top. Let's see where this goes. So the trapdoor in the gazebo leads down into the underground corridor. Interesting. Let's go back down. Let's see what's up here. Doors were made to be opened. But this door won't budge. It's secured on the other side. Weird. This is a solid wooden door with a metal ring to open it, but no signs of a keyhole. I can't hear anything on the other side of this. I can't budge the door. It must be barred on the other side. Which means we're out of things to explore in this underground passage that we can actually open, discounting the Tomb of Death, which I will probably just pretend doesn't exist. So let's go back and finish exploring this passage. She looks like a nice person, but there's something melancholy about the painting. The plaque says, "Emily Curson, healer of Caligari. Her medical skill and gentle kindness helped to heal the wounds of the Dark Sardonia War. The only wound she couldn't heal was her own broken heart." No wonder the painting seems so sad. The plaque reads, "Patrick Ratana, hero of the War of the Chaos Gate. His last words, 'Alas, Emily, I never gave you a rose.'" He looks so sad. Was it unrequited love, or was he simply regretting a lost opportunity to tell someone he loved her? Either way, I know the feeling. So often we lose people before we tell them how we feel about them, and then when it's too late, there's a sense of emptiness and desolation. Now I'm depressed. Yikes, why would anyone want a painting like this? Why would anyone even paint such a thing? It's not like something like this could be real. Could it? There are some crates here just for grins. They're dusty and there are a lot of spider eggs and rodent droppings on them. Let's see if I can pry this off. Oh cripes, there's holes in it and it's full of mice or rats. Not that I'm scared of them, mind you, but really, why go poking around a hornet's nest? Why go around poking a hornet's nest? I'm sure they ruined whatever was in these crates a long time ago. Holy hand grenade of Antioch. I've seen a lot of horrible monsters in my life, but nothing like that. I'd like to think it's an elaborate Night of the Dead decoration that's too frightening to use. I've looked over it, under it, and around it, and there's nothing to be found, and I'm not sticking my arm in that mouth. That's how accidents happen. Nah, we'll try to take it. It's too big to carry, and too ugly to bring out in the open. Lots of doors. I'm sure that behind them are probably all kinds of rabid living things, dead and rotting things, and things in between. That's a major stick of furniture. Lots of doors and drawers. Very tempting. Okay, let's see what's in this thing. Some broken crossbow bolts with the heads removed. Why would someone even keep these? It's some moldy rag or piece of clothing of some kind. It's filled with, well, yuck. It looks like something stuck to my boots by now. About 18 mummified rodents. Isn't 18 supposed to be good luck? Not for these poor sods. Oh, and a rusty bent old sconce. How in the world did somebody get this off the wall? Huh. One of these cabinet drawers is locked. Got it. Now let's see what was stashed away in this locked drawer. What is it? It looks like a pair of mittens with panda designs on them. Ugly panda designs. I guess I'll take them. Maybe I can find a use for them. Then again, maybe not. Alright, that actually concludes. The secret door makes a nifty shortcut. Our exploration of the secret passage there. For now. And we are just barely too late to bed. We still haven't actually explored the sea caves. Not again. Why is a little noise in the hallway disturbing my sleep? And how can I hear anything over Aeolus' snores? Let's get up and investigate. Maybe I should go take a look. It's got to be the thief. Wait, what was that? Some poor apple gave its all. The thief left nothing but a sliver of core. He clearly likes his apples. I don't know how long it's been kicked around down there. I try not to eat anything that's been on the floor for longer than 5 weeks. A good rule of thumb. I'd better leave it here, just in case the person who left it comes back to get it. Plus, I'd rather not touch it. I'd better not set traps in the hallways where a fellow rogue could get caught. I'd need to find a lower traffic area. That was probably the thief. Who else would be up at this time of night? Someone is a very messy eater. There are pieces of apple bits scattered here. It looks as if the eater was in a big hurry. If the eater was in such a hurry, why stop to eat an apple? I would have just eaten it as I walked along. Or waited until I got where I was going. I don't see any signs that the apple eater went up the stairs. No, judging from the sticky marks on the floor, it looks like he was headed to the Hall of Heroes. Well, let's go check out the Hall of Heroes. The handle of the door is sticky. I can also see a sticky streak next to the door and on the floor underneath the handle. Yikes, you don't suppose that sticky stuff is blood. That's a relief. It smells more like ripe apple than blood. I guess the lack of color would be another clue that it wasn't blood. What can I say? It's late at night. Maybe I can catch the sound of a thief in there. I can hear a click and a sliding sound. Someone else must know about the secret passage. The thief must have been here recently. Time to look for some clues. The apple looks like it was eaten by something with sharp, pointy teeth. I can also see some blue-colored fur stuck to the core. It may be that the thief has passed this way several times, and that he may pass here again. I see some sticky marks on the ground, leading towards the fireplace. Drat, the sticky trail only goes a few feet. Guess the thief eats quickly. Well, I'm going to go and check out the secret passage. It's too dark to investigate this area for the school thief. I'd never catch him in here. Even if I try to set a trap for the thief, I don't really want to hide in this creepy dark corridor. The pictures and statues here will give me nightmares. So why is the thief going in here? Where did he go from here? So yes, what I can actually do Going back to examining. Let's put some gooey here. Maybe the thief will get caught in it. This looks like a good hiding spot this thief will never suspect. No sign of the thief, and it's getting late. Maybe I should try again tomorrow. The gooey is already starting to dry up. It won't trap a fly now. Playing detective is fun and all, but it's getting too late for this. I'm going back to bed. I shall continue my lecture when Herr O'Connor ceases to yawn without the courtesy of covering his gaping mouth. As I was saying, I have been officially informed that the thief has gone too far. He has stolen the headmaster's hat. All of you are under suspicion for the crimes. This class is suspended until the headmaster's helmet is returned. If it is not returned in 3 days' time, you will be expelled from the school. Any questions? But, sir, this is supposed to be a school for heroes. Is it fair to punish the innocent for someone else's crime? No, it is not fair. Any other questions? What's so special about the headmaster's hat? There's nothing intrinsically special about the headmaster's pith helmet. However, before its theft, the headmaster considered the thief to be a nuisance for others to handle. Now, the matter is personal to the headmaster. Someone has to be blamed for the crime. Herr Turk was happy to point out the likeliest suspects were you. Master, couldn't you use your considerable influence and roguish charm to convince the headmaster that the rogue students were not the culprits? I could, Herr Saucy, yeah. However, I am not the one accused of a crime. It behooves all of you to prove your innocence. Think of this as a test of your abilities. I suggest you waste no further time in your pursuit of justice. I shall be in my office during the day. Come see me when you find the headmaster's hat or discover the culprit. Otherwise, this might be the last time I see you here. Good luck. Yay. Wow, no more class until someone catches the thief. We've got 3 days or I'm back on the streets. I guess I like being here, so I'd better do something to catch that thief. But what? Find out next time, because I think this is a good spot to end the stream for today, and therefore I will be saving. I know, I'm so mean. So I have put the approximate stream schedule up now. Weekends, 7 p.m. for me, give or take a day. And I will probably be doing a little more tomorrow, depending on stuff, but I'll be back one way or another. Till then, hasta la vista, etc.